is where we are about to go live.
Did y'all
Hey,
hear
sisters.
Hey, y'all!
Why you so loud, Leanna? Why you so loud?
It's just me. You're going to either like it or love it. Either way, I'm going to still be me.
I wish our audience, or you know what? I don't even know if our audience can see us on the side dancing while the music's playing.
And I think the things say we are backstage, so it can't see us.
They can't see
that
sucks. All of us.
I know. Dance,
right?
Doing the most.
The music just be right for us. It's the energy.
Did y'all finally hear him say New York City?
Yeah. We go through this every time, Lord.
Yeah, because y'all want to act brand new. You want to act like you don't hear him say it. Did y'all hear?
We gonna give you your flowers, baby. You got it. It's yours.
Yeah, thank you.
Northerners.
Oh my goodness. It is Thursday. And it's the third Thursday of this month.
It is.
Thank
you all for joining us.
Friday Junior, as they say.
Friday Eve. Good Friday.
I know, right?
Y'all got any plans for the weekend?
Well,
crickets.
I don't have plans, but I'm off on Monday.
I'll be in Panama City this weekend. I leave tomorrow. I'll be back Sunday. I'm going to bask in the sun. Yes.
Must be nice. Yes.
Have fun.
I'm looking forward to it. Just a couple of days away. We have to do that.
It's nice to have a nice getaway every now and then. That's part of self-care.
Change it up. Change the pattern. Change the atmosphere. We got to do that.
That's right.
Of course.
Hello, is that Kadada?
Kadada.
Hey.
Hi, Kadada.
Welcome to the show.
Thank you for supporting. We appreciate it.
How did you hear about us, Kadada? You know, there's a slight delay. Hopefully she'll respond.
Hopefully.
So, Jenny, I got a little feedback from someone who watches our show. Okay. And she was asking about she said, "Hey, Queens, what's up?" She wants to know when your children will be on the show.
You know what? First of all, I don't have children. They are grown. They're adults. They're home with their children.
Children will be on.
So
that was the feedback.
They're not studying me right now. I don't know. You know, I can't sit them down like I did when they was kids and tell them to get your ass on the show. I can't do that.
Yes, you can.
My daughter, she comes home from work and she hot. She takes a shower and she goes into her little cocoon in her room. So, you know, they're grown folk.
They're grown. I hear you.
That's the we gonna keep getting, but yet you keep wanting to get our kids back on the show.
I really think we should do that for Mother's Day, but I'm going to work on that. So any of our viewers that are looking for their children, we're going to try to have them back for Mother's Day. I think it'll be awesome.
I think that weekend, I think that Thursday, my kids will be with their daddy.
Mother's Day.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's right. I'm a mother who need a break, so I think I'm gonna ship them to their daddy. Yeah, that sounds like a good plan.
Well, we'll be sure to schedule it around your vacay. How about that?
My son is not available.
Look at our audience. Difor is excited about that.
Difor, no.
It wasn't bad enough the first time. Like, seriously, y'all didn't get enough the first time. Y'all just trying to get all the tea, and the kids are spilling it.
They're spilling it.
We can change the topic of discussion to something else.
Like?
I
don't know. I'll think about that.
Nah, bad idea.
Don't worry about thinking about it. Because that first idea wasn't a great idea either. You gave them great questions, and they gave great answers that threw us under the bus. And I'm still waiting on CPS to come knock on my door.
Y'all need to go back and watch that show with the children.
No, you don't.
You'll know why they're sitting up here upset with me.
No, you don't.
Because
we are 3 mothers, but yet 2/3 of the mothers shared their children.
Yeah.
That's why we're upset with you.
So the feedback, there was a part of the Trinity is missing, and I'm like, yeah, you put that in the comments. Put that in the comments.
Where's she at? I'm gonna get her too.
Trinity is missing.
Whatever, I'll get her too.
Sides of the triangle.
Don't be trying to come for me. Don't try to come for me.
Get her. Get her.
Get her. I say, yeah, you do that. Put that right. Let her know how you feel. Let her know.
Trinity Coaches Junior. That's right. That's what they are. Take the Y out though. We don't need that extra Y.
No. We don't need nothing a part of that.
No. Difor, yeah, we're gonna put them on that show. That show with the extra Y, that's where they're going. That's where
y'all wrong for that.
Yeah, they're going right over there to what is that? Trinity Coaches Junior.
Trinity Coaches.
Trinity. Yep. That's where they going down.
Y'all giving that way too much energy. Too much energy over there.
I like it though. Trinity Coaches Junior. I like it. Let's go with it. And that way me and Tara ain't got to be on the show. And neither do I. I mean, y'all can handle that.
Sounds like a good idea to me. I like that idea. That's a genius idea. Genius idea.
Hey, works for me.
Yeah. Oh my goodness. So we have our clarity letter.
Yeah, we do.
We do. And it's
an interesting letter.
Yeah.
It's interesting.
Yeah.
I will say
a good word to use.
Actually a much needed letter because some people really need to hear the Trinity Coaches take on this letter.
Yes. And
I agree.
I will say I appreciate those who submit their vulnerabilities. They show that, their most transparent, intimate details with us. And when we read through these letters, you can actually feel and embody the heart of these women who are writing us. And they're crying out for help. They need help. They really are looking for guidance and attention and really someone to say, okay, let's break this down into small steps. Let's attack it together. You're in this, you're not in this by yourself. They're really looking for help. So the topics range, because we've even had a guy write in, right?
Yeah, we did. It surprised us.
Yes.
Yeah.
We cover relationships. We cover, situations with families. We don't know what we're going to get. We have no clue what's coming through that inbox. But
we have no idea.
But what we do as life coaches, it's truly important work, and we're having impact on so many women, on so many families, and it's really work that we should be proud of in this little platform. every
Ain't
first
that
and
little
third
about this
Thursday
platform, girl? On our big platform, we speaking
on
this.
our big platform.
That's right.
Say that.
Stand
Say
corrected.
that.
On our big platform, we are making waves and we're really reaching and touching lives. So we should be proud. Push your shoulders off a little bit.
Yep.
Y'all are doing it.
We are.
Yes, we are.
All right. Well, y'all ready for this letter? I'm
I'm
telling
ready.
y'all need to be sitting down and don't even have nothing in your hand. Yeah, you might not want to hold on to nothing with this one.
I need my notes because this
Right about the notes. Yes, I had to take some notes on this one too.
yeah.
All right. So the letter says that the title of the letter is I Messed Up with Raising My Daughters. I'm a mother of twin girls and I feel torn with my emotions. I did the best thing for my children as a single mother. Sacrificed my education, my dreams, and even sacrificed finding love because I didn't want to be in around my children. I worked countless hours to put food on the table, a roof over our heads, and clothes on our backs. I did the best I could. Years later, with all my heart and soul invested in these children, they turned out to be very different than I expected or wanted them to be. I remember reading books to them about doctors. We watched The Cosby Show. I involved them in many activities and paid for lots of programs just to give them hope for a life beyond the projects. My daughters aspire to be booty shaking video girls, and they both have OnlyFans pages. I'm ashamed that my daughters are exchanging nudity for money. I've known something was weird because they are never broke, but also never leave the house to go anywhere. They have the largest breasts I've seen in my life, and their suitcases stay by the door. I don't want this letter to be about them, so that's enough about them. I'm writing because I feel like I failed. I feel like I didn't do enough to give them more of a change to win at life. I also feel defeated. I've given them everything and I return, and I am left lonely and excluded because I don't agree with their lifestyle. We fight all the time. I love my daughters and I want to repair our bond, but I don't know how to tuck my feelings aside. I don't have a career. I've worked odd jobs over the years, but for the last 10 years, I've worked as a school custodian. My daughters are ashamed of me, I think. They don't invite me out with them. I'm never invited on any trips, and there are times when with I don't have a dollar in my pocket, but seeing them with most stylish clothes, nails, and such. I've gained a tremendous amount of weight, and I have not had a serious relationship since their father. They are 23 years old. I want to get my life on track. I want to feel love, feel attractive, and do something with myself. I don't know where to start. I don't know how to create a plan. I feel helpless and lost. I'm brokenhearted and sad. Please help. Oh, Jesus. That
She
took a lot
does
out of
have
me.
a lot going on.
Oh, that took a lot out of me, Jesus. Okay.
But
Yeah.
I want to ask you ladies though before we make any comments because I had no idea and still don't have any idea of what an OnlyFans page is. What is that?
Leanna, I'm gonna let you answer.
Well, I gotta be the one to answer because I'm the ghetto one, because I'm the hood one. Is that the reason why? She don't know because yeah, we know Leanna gonna know.
What is? I don't know what it is. And see,
Yeah.
I didn't appropriately answer her because I didn't find out till right before the show that that was a thing. So now I need to know what the thing is because I didn't appropriately answer the letter. I need to understand. And I'm gonna tell you what I said, but go ahead, tell me what it is.
It's a new and uprising thing. It's more so like pornography, but people create these pages and they charge you to see what they're capable of doing sexually. That's a snippet, quick way of saying it. Clean cut way of saying it.
And you can make millions of dollars. I Googled it, because I didn't know either. So I Googled it. And one person that I came across, she said she has made $1 million last year.
I mean, men and women
A
have on
whole,
different
like,
stages,
how do you make a
and
whole $1 million?
people are invested into it. I mean, that is that is their income. Ain't no shame in their game. They doing what they got to do to make the money. And the mama said they don't leave the house. So most of the time they're home doing whatever they're doing in their own home, alone or with someone, but they don't have to leave.
But wait, how do you, because the OnlyFans is virtual, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And so a lot of times
you have there's a lot of people that are watching.
Well, you have to pay to see what they're doing. That's the whole thing. You have to pay to be able to see or get into wherever they're doing that to see what they're doing.
So it's the virtual peep show that people, the guys used
to go to the
and go into the little room.
Yep.
Oh, let's see.
Yeah. And like it could be as cheap as $2.99. $1.99, $3.
But those $2.99s and $1.99s, depending on how desperate they add up. And then a lot of them get their own fan base because of whatever they're doing. They have fans and people following them, and so they're willing to pay because they like whatever they did the last video or however.
Yeah.
Well, hold on, let me go see what my damn daughter do.
Yep.
Wow. Okay, yeah, I had. In fact, when I read it, I just kind of read through it like, okay, she got a TikTok. What you mean fan page? So I had no idea what that was. So that's interesting.
Yeah.
She said they're exchanging nudity for money. So
I thought it was an assumption. I thought she was just kind of just saying that's what she think they're doing. So I missed that whole porn thing. I didn't know what that was.
Yeah, I connected the dots only because my mind went to, well, what's an OnlyFans? Like, do I need one?
Right. And like I said, I thought it was TikTok. Oh, you mad because they have a fan page? They got a bunch of fans on TikTok? Like, I didn't know.
Oh, gosh.
But I get it. I've been educated. Has anyone else been educated?
Yeah. Yeah. I learned about it because of Twitter. Of course, y'all know I'm always on Twitter, and Twitter kind of keeps me up to date on a whole lot of stuff that I probably don't need to be updated on, but they keep me updated anyway. And that's how I learned about it. But during the pandemic, people was coming up with all kind of stuff. So, hey, you need money, you do what you got to do.
Oh, so this is new, like a couple of years new?
I think it's like, maybe like Leanna said, it probably got really popular during maybe
the pandemic
and to now.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well,
yep.
Yeah. Back to the letter.
We've been educated now.
Now that we know what the OnlyFans page is all about, who's signing up?
Wow.
Yeah.
Let me find out. But per the letter, when I was reading the letter, especially in the beginning of the letter, she had to mention. I think she mentioned twice that she did all that she could. She did the best that she could. Ladies, there is no little pink mommy handbook. There just isn't. And we just had this conversation in our meeting on Tuesday when we were talking. There is no mommy handbook. You're going to make mistakes. You're going to fail at something at being a mommy, and it's perfectly okay. But as a single parent, as a single mom, you mentioned several things that you did right. She sacrificed for her children. She made sure they were educated. She worked several jobs. So there's a lot of things that you did right, and you're beating yourself up about things that you feel that you did wrong, that you maybe really didn't do wrong. And I want you to take notice of that. It's normal for moms to blame themselves when something goes wrong. If their children aren't doing the things that they expected them to do, that's normal. But what's not normal is when you're beating yourself up about it. Because at the end of the day, they're people, they're children. They're going to make mistakes. Just like as a mom, you may have made mistakes. But the lesson in that is making sure your kids are being held accountable for the choices that they make. You've done your part. You've taught them. You've educated them. So they have to be made accountable for the choices that they make. And we can't beat ourselves up about their choices. And that's how I feel about that. I didn't want to dive too much into the girls because to me the story was about her.
Her.
He
Yeah.
has some issues.
Yeah.
Well, I agree with you there. I mean, as mothers, like you said, there is no handbook of
Mhm.
how to do it, how to do it right, how to go about it. We just doing it. And a lot of times we learn from our mothers. And
Yeah.
like you said, she did everything right. She was giving them examples of how she felt her life for them would be, because most of us as mothers always want our children's lives to be better than ours, which is
Hmm.
why we provide and we do and
Yeah.
we go above and beyond for them, because we want them to have a better life than we had. So she did that. I mean, even though she worked odd jobs, she still provided a better life for them with the hopes that they would take the right path.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
kids today are different.
Yeah.
They have so much exposure than what we had in the 70s and 80s. They have so much exposure. So the things that you think they should be doing, it's going to be quite different. The
Yeah.
expectation is going to be a little different because of what they see in their peers. Parents, we are the first teacher,
Mhm.
but there's more they're learning from other people. They're learning from their teachers, their friends, their environment. So it's a lot to consider with that. So stop beating yourself up about it.
Yeah. So to that point of her beating herself up, right? Beating up on herself and really not thinking that she did, or making the statement, I did the best that I could, as if that's not enough,
Right.
right? Because it comes across as, well, I gave it my all, but it wasn't enough because I was not able to give more. They turned out this way. And there are 2 points to what I'm where I'm going with this. The first being, as mothers, as Jenny said, there's no handbook, right? We are learning it on the fly. Sometimes we're getting help from an auntie, our moms, the community, but sometimes we're really flying solo. And what's a big struggle for me as a parent, as a mother, is that mom judgment from my circle of moms, right? And not just my friends. I'm not speaking of my friends, but just moms out there in general, who will look at you as a mom and judge what your kids are doing. Oh, why is her kid so loud? Why is he running around in the grocery store? Why is this? And so there's that judgment that we're always trying to run against. We don't want parents, other moms, to judge us. So we feel we have to do the most, so we have to do extra. We have to just be, our kids need to be the best, the cleanest, the this, the that, the whatever else. So that we can stand up against and and measure up against other moms. And that in itself is sad, right? Because the very fact that we're saying that there's no handbook, we're all learning it, we're all trying to figure it out, we need to extend grace to each other, right? I think a big part of this mom's, angst and her shame is that she's probably thinking, well, what's this person gonna say? What's that person gonna think? And oh my God, my kids are on OnlyFans and they're exchanging nudity for money, and everybody's looking at me, because it comes back down to you and what you didn't do, and well, where was she when, what did her kids, what were they exposed to? And it just falls right back on your lap, when the fact is, all that she did was enough. Her kids are going to make the choices that
Mhm.
they feel are right for them. That she could have done everything perfect, if perfect is a thing. And
Right.
they still could turn out with OnlyFans page,
Absolutely.
Pornhub accounts,
Mhm.
video stuff, and all this other stuff. It really, we cannot choose where our kids are going to end up once they become adults.
Right.
We have that short window to do the best that we can do, and it's enough. I don't care what no one else is thinking, what they're saying, and who's looking at me cross-eyed because my son may run out to the store with me and his hair isn't combed. Like, so what? You don't know what's going on with me. Instead of judging me, maybe try to be kind. And I think most of what we struggle with as parents, stems from, there's so many insecurities that come along with it, as moms. And, she's a single mom. And it's heartbreaking that for and she mentioned it a couple of times. I did the best that I could.
Yeah.
Well, honey, the best that you did was enough, and it still is enough.
Yeah.
And you raised, amazing children. They're doing their lives, they're living their lives their way, and whether or not you agree, the fact is you did the best you could.
Yep.
And that's enough.
And now it's just time to change the focus. Like
yeah.
She's going through mom burnout. That's what I hear. Like, you need to change the focus. You need to work on yourself. And that's where Miss Leanna would come in, because Miss Leanna gonna tell you, honey.
Yeah.
Tell Leanna.
Oh, just put me on the spot like that, huh?
Tell
No,
them, honey. I know you're gonna tell them.
I do agree with both of you ladies. I do. Like you were saying, Tara, she did everything right. She did everything. It's not to the best. You did what you were supposed to do as a mother, especially as a single mother, because that right there in itself is a task. And you had 2 kids. You wasn't just single momming with just one. You had a set of twins. So you had double the fun. So you were doing it all by yourself and doing everything you could. You made a lot of sacrifices. Like we as mothers always sacrificing. We sacrifice our sleep, our job, our money. We sacrifice everything just so we can make sure that our kids have what we want them to have. I do agree with you, Tara, when you said that there should be no judgment. But the world we live in, there's always going to be judgment, unfortunately. But that's the sad truth. So,
well, she got to learn not to care. Don't.
That's true. You can't keep your feelings on your shoulder. You're going to have some tough skin, because people are going to have stuff to say. Whether your daughters have an OnlyFans or whether your daughters are an attorney and they are representing a murderer that they know is guilty, but they got to fight for him being not guilty. So anyway, no matter what you do, whether it's good or bad, whatever part of the spectrum you're on, you're always going to have judgment, but you can't take that to heart, because that's just the way the world is. And that's how people will always be. Something that kept coming in my mind when y'all were talking is it takes a village, especially when you're a single mother. It takes a village. So I don't know what your family, if they were around or anything like that. I don't know what the co-parenting situation was, if there was any, but it takes a village. So you have to have people around you. And even though the village probably poured into your girls just as well as you did, they still made their own decisions. Legally, they're grown. They can do whatever they are wanting to do. So, you can't feel like it's something on you. You made a statement at the end of the letter that you didn't know what to do. First off, like Jenny said, you need to now start to focus on yourself.
On yourself, yeah.
Your girls are adults and they are going to make their choices and their decisions, but you can't keep dwelling on what they do and how they're doing it. And even though they're making money in a way that you don't agree, you have to now focus on doing what's best for you, because you are a priority. You did what you were supposed to do. You raised your kids, you got them to adulthood. Now it's time to focus back on you. So now it is time for you to start looking at yourself, loving yourself. Love yourself, because that's what you said. You was like, I don't feel like I'm attractive anymore. I've gained a lot of weight. Look, I'm gonna tell you something. I tell people this all the time. Oh my God, I've gained weight and I don't think nobody would want me. I ain't met a man yet that don't like women that are plus size BBWs. I ain't met one yet. They like them all different size, shapes, and colors. A man gonna like them. So it's up to you to put yourself out there, though. But at first, you have to focus on you and loving you, because when you love yourself unconditionally and you truly love yourself, you're going to teach the next person how to love you correctly. And I'm always saying that because it's true. And when you loving yourself, it shines out to others. People gonna notice that. They're gonna be like, girl, look at you. And your girls will probably look at that and take heed to be like, dang, mama changing. Yes,
right.
I am.
Yeah.
Right,
And your
exactly.
size will not matter.
It
You
sure
gained a
won't.
little weight, but we all have gained a little weight. It's really about your confidence, how you feel about yourself. And Leanne is spot on. You gotta love yourself first. You
Yep.
have to love yourself first. There's a part where she said something about she doesn't have a career, something like that. But you've worked 10 years as a school custodian. I mean, you've provided. So why don't you view that as a career? What do you what about that job and you putting 10 years for the school system? You're contributing to this school system, the system that educate young minds. I mean, there's a lot that goes into operating a school, and what you do is a part of that.
Absolutely.
So why aren't you viewing that as something impactful? There's she Her focus needs to shift from the OnlyFans and the biggest breast that she's ever seen and the suitcases at the door, and really shift to looking within, Leanna.
Yeah.
Right?
Yes.
But you know what? It's
Yes.
going to take baby steps for her.
Oh yeah.
It
Because
is.
if she's been negative and down on herself and put her all into her children, it's going to take some work to get
Mm-hmm.
her to refocus on herself. I heard a lot of assumptions in the letter. She
Mm-hmm.
was assuming that her children are ashamed of her.
Right.
That sounded like an assumption. Have they ever told you they were ashamed of you? And then she
And
mentioned something about, not being a part of their life. They don't ask her to go out or do certain things. Maybe, mom, maybe you're a little bit judgmental.
yeah. And
Maybe
she's probably projecting, right? Her own
exactly.
feelings.
Because her
Maybe
actions are showing stuff
she's
that they don't
ashamed.
want to accept.
Right.
She's
So
ashamed of
what we
herself.
don't want to do is alienate our kids. They're
Right.
going to be different than what you expected them to be. So don't be so hard on them that you alienate them. And I don't want to hang out with my daughter. Absolutely not. When she packs a bag to go somewhere, I want to pack me a bag too. I'm going this way.
Mhm.
I'm not going that way. I'm going this way. So it just sounds like she might have some issues with attachment, or
She
abandonment.
is.
Maybe she feels
But
abandoned because her kids are older.
it sounds like all of her life she's thrown herself into her kids
Her
because that's all
kids.
she
Yeah.
knew. And I
23
remember
years, I think she said.
23, yeah, they're 23 years old. And I remember it's been about it's been some years ago, but I had a coworker come to me at that time and she asked me a simple question. She said, Leanna, you throw yourself so much into your kids when they are actually at the age where they don't want to be bothered with you anymore, don't want to hang out with you, or don't want to come around you. What are you going to do? Because you have such an attachment to your kids, you need to start figuring out what you're going to do once that happens so that you have a life too. And I never thought about it because my kids were my life. I was like, okay, I gotta take the kids here, I gotta do this with my babies, I gotta do this. But then when she asked me that question, it's something as simple as, what are you going to do? Because they are going to eventually get old enough and not want to be bothered with you, because that's what kids do. What you gonna do with yourself? And
Yeah.
I was like, wow, never thought about that. But then I had to start thinking about that. And that's when you have to start really, like you said, Jenny, she's going to have to take a lot of baby steps, because it's going to take time for her to detach herself from the attachment she's had for 23 years. But in the process of her detaching herself and becoming more an individual and working on her individual self, she's going to have to really focus on herself. Like, you said something about, you don't, like I said, you don't find yourself attractive. Why don't you find yourself attractive? Have you ever thought about telling yourself like affirmations? Let me tell you something. When you speak life over yourself, it will come true. When you start telling yourself what you really feel about yourself, you're changing your mind. You're telling your mind what it needs to know. So you're looking in the mirror every day and saying, I am beautiful. And you got to believe that. You have to believe what you're telling your mind, because if you don't believe it, your mind ain't going to believe it either. It's going to be, yeah, whatever. We ain't beautiful because you just trying to tell me something that ain't true. You have to believe what you're telling yourself. You have to continue to speak life over yourself, because that is when the changes will be made. And so you have to learn how to do those things that is going to help you. And in the steps of doing all that, you also have to start to build your confidence. You said in the letter you haven't been with a man since your kids is dead, and they 23. I don't know when daddy left, whether it was while you was pregnant or during it, but that's 23 long years, baby. What have you been doing? I need you to make that make sense for me. Help me make that make sense for me. you just been hanging. Just me and my girls. I ain't bringing nobody else around. Like, seriously, so baby, we gonna need you to. You gonna have to boost your confidence. Holla at me, girl.
Mama,
come holla at
she
me.
might need to go get her own little OnlyFans page. Get your life together. Get you some. Do something.
I get you an OnlyFans page too, huh?
Do something. Listen.
You know what she really got to be mindful of, and you guys can say what y'all want to say, but there's two people in here. There's me, and then there's that little voice that's in my head.
That's
and
right.
You have to be mindful of that voice in your head. You have to know that there's two people in there, and you have to tell that voice. You have to shut that voice off sometimes.
Yeah.
And again, that's still something that she's going to have to learn to do.
But she has to start,
yes,
start. Even if you don't believe.
She wrote us a letter.
Yeah.
That's where she started.
Yeah. Exactly. That's so if you're not listening right now live, hopefully you'll get a chance to listen to what we're saying. Because to me, this is a start. This is your beginning.
Mm-hmm. And this is your new beginning, because you've given 23 years to your girls. And I'm not saying you're never going to stop being a mother, because that just never stops. We're a mother all the way up through the day we go or they go. It doesn't matter. We are always going to be a mother, and no matter what age they are. But you still have to have your life. Like, exactly. I see mothers out here of adult children, and they living their best life, and I be like, you go, girl. They traveling and living the world. So you've been working at this job for 10 years, which means you are committed, and you have no commitment issues with that. So you have that. So I feel like you probably have some time that you can use. Take you some time off from work. Yeah. Take you some self-care days. Take you some days off to go to the spa and treat yourself, because listen, you deserve it. You really do.
Yeah.
You do. Go get that go get the OnlyFans page. I'm joking.
Yeah, she's running around with this mommy title, and the mommy title is very important. But it's a title. It's not you. It's not who you are. These glasses are not who I am. When I take these glasses off, it's just Jenny.
It's not your whole life.
Right. You have to learn and find out who Jenny is, So look at it that way.
That's what she needs.
Take the mommy hat off.
To do too.
Take the mommy glasses off.
She needs to take the time out to figure out what she really wants in life and who she really is, because we lose ourselves and we lose our identity when we become mothers. So
you might become
huh, Jenny?
Might find out something totally new about her, something she never even thought about, never even wanted to do. She might open up that page.
You might rekindle something that you forgot you liked before you had kids.
Exactly.
You'd be like, dang, I forgot I even liked this. Now you're back into doing this again. So, but you have to really sit down. And a lot of times we don't want to face whatever we have to face and deal with to get to that next stage. You did the part by writing us a letter, but now it's time for you to face those fears of detaching yourself from your girls, because you probably feel like your girls are all you have, but they're not. You have you. So don't forget about you, and a lot of times, like I said, we forget about ourselves, but you can't forget about you. So you need to now take the time out to work on you.
Yep.
You're a priority. You're important. You are just as important as those girls in their OnlyFans page.
Right. We invest a lot of time in our children. A lot of time.
We do.
MVP is you.
Yeah.
You're the most valuable player.
In order to show up for them, right? And we hear this, we know these things, right? But it's just reinforcement, because you absolutely know this. You can't pour from an empty cup. All of the cliches, everything that you hear along the way, they're true. You have to take time for self and make you the priority. Choose yourself, right? Figure out your life. What is interesting to you? What you want to do, get you the OnlyFans page. Yeah, do you?
Girl, you and this OnlyFans page, baby. Why is you trying to get the mama OnlyFans page too?
She might like it. She might.
You never know.
You never know.
You never know till you try it.
The apple don't fall far from the tree, so the girls must have got it from something. That's kind of
there you go with the mama judgment. See, there you go.
Well, you keep trying to give her OnlyFans page. We got to get her life right first before she can get confident enough to get an OnlyFans page. I don't think she's ready for that part of life yet, Tara. She just not ready to step out there. She ain't even had a man in 3 years, so I know she ain't ready to put herself out there.
Maybe she don't want no man. Maybe she want to be single. Some of us just want to be single.
Maybe she
Very
does
true.
want to be single. Maybe she does. But she said she failed, right? I caught that part of the letter too. She failed. And that's just not true. You didn't fail at being a mom because your children decided to do something that you don't agree with.
Right.
You didn't fail. You put a roof over their heads. I'm sure they could read and write. I'm sure they went to school. In order to run an OnlyFans page or whatever they're doing, you need to have some kind of sense about you. So you didn't fail.
She raised a couple of business women. It sounds like to me.
She raised business
Yeah,
women.
that's
She
true.
raised business women, and she should look at it from a positive standpoint, as opposed to the stigma and whatever shame is associated with it. She did not fail. We should celebrate her and encourage her, because she did that. She raised two women who are about their business, who are doing, they're living their lives. They're traveling. They're exploring the world. They're doing life their way. It could have been a very different story. They could have gone a different direction, but she didn't fail. Lady, you did not fail as a
Not
mom.
at all.
You didn't fail as a mom. You should be very proud of yourself.
If you haven't, exactly. If you haven't heard it, we are proud of you. If you have not heard
of you. We are proud of you.
You did not. You should not feel like you are defeated, because that is something else she said. And something that she said is that she feel like what you just said, that she feels like she failed in life because she didn't give them a life to win, the life that she feels they should win. But what does that look like for you? Like, because what that looks like for you may not look like that for them. But honestly, they are winning because they're still making money. They're not doing what you agree with them to do, but they're making money the best way that they feel at this time is how they would like to make it. So yeah.
Wait a minute.
So,
whose friend is this?
Didn't I tell you?
Who is that?
Get her, Keela. Get her. I would like for you to address Keela Joseph, who asked the question to you specifically, Jenny. Can you address her question, please?
Keela, where do you live, honey? Do you live in Atlanta? If you live in Atlanta, I want you to drive over there to Decatur and go tell my sons, because both of them in Decatur, two different houses.
She don't live in Atlanta. She doesn't.
See, and I won't drive to Decatur. I'm scared.
Oh Lord,
I'm scared. I'm gonna stay over here. So I can't make them get on the call with their mama. I'm sorry, they won't do it. Yeah. Lord. But maybe one day my daughter, she'll feel like, she have time for her mother and she'll sit on the call. But yeah, I can't get them on the call.
Well, we'll take one if we can't take all three. I mean, we need a kid. Just one.
We need a kid.
We need somebody to come tell us what the life was with Mama Jenny. The world and heard what the life is like with us as mothers. I mean, we'd been thrown under the bus. We was ran over. They put it in. They put it in drive. Ran over us again. Put it back.
Put it in reverse. They ran back over us.
It was so cute. It was so freaking cute. I loved it. It was great.
Okay. All right.
I don't know who it was cute for, but okay, if you say so.
If you say so, Jenny. If you say so. We don't think it was cute. We do not. So there you have it. I don't agree with it.
I don't either. But
does anybody have anything they want to say to our person that wrote in? Any of our audience members want to say anything?
What do you guys think? What do you guys
think? What y'all think of the letter? What would y'all tell her to do?
OnlyFans page?
Should mom go get an OnlyFans page?
Yeah, she should.
No, mom shouldn't. Mom, if you watching, contact me. Looking Within Life Coaching. We're going to get you together, okay, baby? We're going to help you get your self-love, self-care, and your confidence back on top.
Startup fee. I need to Google this thing.
Did she say, what is the starter fee? What?
The starter fee for the OnlyFans page?
Oh,
investment.
Look it up. Look it up.
I don't even want to know.
Why not? Why not, Leanna? See, listen. Why not?
What we gotta learn? What y'all learn, and y'all can just tell me about it. See, I told y'all what I knew about it, so now y'all could teach me. I taught y'all teach me. I think that's right. Reciprocating energy. I don't want to know though.
What you found, Tara?
I ain't look it up, Jenny. I'm just over here talking. I ain't look it up. How do you join OnlyFans? How do you do it?
Oh Lord.
School me. I want to know. That's interesting. I mean, hey, they getting paid. They're not asking for anything.
It's free. To get started, go to OnlyFans website and sign up. It's free and easy to do. Afterwards, you would need to submit an ID to verify your identity. Okay. So you have to at least be 18, I'm guessing. Yeah, if they're doing nudity, you got to be grown. Okay. Once this process has been completed, your account will be approved. You're done.
And they're safe. They're at home. They're in their room.
They're at home. They're at home. She knows.
See, I watch too much ID channel, and you got the web of lies, and people know how to get to you, and I ain't got time. So yeah, no.
They know how to get.
Well, for the record, I do not condone this. Okay, I do not condone it. I'm not saying go out and just get a page. Okay, but I just feel like that they're business women and they're doing the dang thing, and they're not bothering their mother. They're not asking her for money.
Right. Now she did say there are times that she has been broke, and it sounds as if she's suggesting that they're not helping.
I was wondering, do they all reside together?
It reads that way, like they do, but. Are they what the relationship, right? How is that relationship? So there's some color that we're missing, or some context, because if she's broke, why aren't you able to say, hey, can I have $20? Maybe it's a pride thing she really don't want to ask, or why are they not contributing to the household? Or maybe they are, so
maybe that's a part of the background that we just don't know. We don't know what that the dynamics of that relationship is. And it could be like
else I heard in the letter
that they're very judgy of them.
I'm sorry, go ahead. I'm sorry. No, I was saying I heard a lot of envy in the letter. It sounded like she was envious of them a little bit.
Right, and that's what I was saying. It sounds like it could be that they're the way they are and very standoffish to her because she's judgmental toward them and what they're doing and how they're doing it, and they're bringing in money that she doesn't have or she's not making, and so envious and judgmental. All that goes in a handbasket together because that's what it sounds like, and we don't know what the relationship was with her raising them either. Because that makes a difference too in what they dealt with her. Because she didn't have anybody else. Yeah, I mean, she didn't have nobody else. She told me that. So everything she had went on them, whether she was angry, whether she was happy, whether she was sad, whether it doesn't matter. It all went into them. And so, when you have a significant other, then it's always, you have that other part that you can release, and it's not always all the pressure on your children. So
we've said it, a few times, her focus now just needs to shift internally, kind of start focusing on yourself, and less on them and what they're doing, because they're grown, they're big girls and they're doing their thing. And if she had something to occupy herself and her mind and really just be about herself, she wouldn't notice half the things them girls doing. She wouldn't see the suitcase at the door. She wouldn't see the breasts that are the biggest that she's ever seen. She wouldn't see none of that.
She wouldn't pay attention to none of that because
she won't pay attention to none of that.
They'll be looking for me
herself. Huh,
They'll be
Jenny?
looking for me. They'll be looking for me. Look, mama left. Oh yeah, I'm
Right.
gone. I'm
Exactly,
doing
right?
me.
Because
Right.
she does not have to worry about childcare. So this is the perfect opportunity for you to do
She doesn't
you.
have to worry about grandchildren.
Mm,
Your grown kids don't even have kids.
They don't even have
Girl,
kids.
do you?
Do
Girl,
you
I'd be running
get
out the
your
house. Listen, I try to run out the house. I get phone calls. Where you going? Where? Okay, you okay? When you coming home?
see? At least you could run out the house. I can't. My handbag got to go with me everywhere. So I'm all my little companion. I have a permanent companion for the next 6 years. Well, maybe
He gonna be there forever.
I don't know
You
about
know, my kids don't. They'll be like, "Y'all want to go?" They be like, "No, ma'am. See you when you get back." Bye. I'll be like, "Woo,
see.
self care. It's me time because you got to be wherever way you can."
So I want to be where you are, lady. With the grown kid, I want to be where Jenny is. I want to be where Leanna is. Girl, go do you. Do you.
So you the baby mama of the group.
Right?
Yeah, you the baby mama.
Yeah, I am.
Mhm,
I
mhm.
am. Yeah. With a whole 11-year-old. Like, why?
Yeah. No.
But to be honest, she just needs to let her girls be girls. Let them be adults. Let them
Don't
go
let them live
through
by their own mistakes
it.
because that's how you learn.
Exactly. Nobody's perfect. We've made mistakes. I've made mistakes. That's why I'm on this panel right now because
Yeah.
I've made some mistakes and some choices that's put me here to teach the next person.
Yeah.
What you
To
said,
give
girl.
the
What you
yeah,
said.
I have to advise the younger woman or the other woman on what I've been through.
Say
So
that 5 more times, Jenny.
if you're
Say
doing your
that
part as a
again.
mom and you're advising them and they still making the decisions that they're making, let them. Because the
Yeah.
only way to become wise is to make some mistakes.
Yeah.
That's right. That's right. That's the only way. That's how we
Yeah,
live. That's how we learn. I mean, none of us.
absolutely.
Right.
I have not met one person that has not made a mistake in life. And if you have, girl, tell me how you did it because I want to know.
Well, you know what? No, we don't want to know because there's no that. Can you imagine that life where you don't make a
Not no
mistake, you
mistakes.
don't learn anything? Like it has to be so boring. No,
That's
I don't
true
do that.
because all the mistakes are
I agree.
lessons. So that's
Mhm.
true. You're gonna learn
Exactly.
from those lessons from the mistakes you made. So
Absolutely.
you're right.
Yeah,
It makes you a better person.
it
It sure
does.
does.
It
Mhm.
does. Mama needs to mind her business a little bit. She a little nosy. She's a little nosy. She got a whole lot.
Mama
Look,
need to
and
get
that's,
her
that's
own
why
life.
they're not talking.
Absolutely
That's why they're
true.
not inviting you out because they know you're gonna have something to say and you're judging
Right.
them.
You're gonna
So
be sitting at the table talking about some
Where you
mm,
get that money
where
from?
you
How
get that from? What you doing here? And they gonna be like, we don't want to be interrogated. We're trying to have a good time. We're gonna leave you at home next time.
and
But you
I'm
need and you let them leave you at home. When they take their bags out the door, like Jenny said, you take your bag out the
you
door and
take
go to the next direction. You
you
go the
go the
opposite
opposite
way.
way. Go the
Yeah.
opposite way. Go
But
to
you
the
gotta have to learn to live your life for you, not for your
yes,
daughters.
not for your daughters.
But that
Absolutely.
starts with you working on you. And you have to be willing to accept that and willing to work and do it because it's not gonna happen overnight and it's not gonna be easy. And it's not going to be something that's going to make you be like, okay, yeah, no, it's a transition. It's going to take a lot of change, a lot of hard work, and you got to face yourself. And a lot of times we don't want to do that. We don't want to face us and the things that we've been through and the things that we did. We are our own worst critic most of the time.
And
So
it takes that commitment too, right? The
it
commitment to want
does.
to do it. You have to decide, like, I am ready for this change. I am ready for this next chapter.
right.
You
And
have to be
just
able to
face it
remember that.
boldly because, as Leanna is saying, a lot of other stuff is going to come along with it. It's not going to be perfect. It's not going to be easy. You're going to bump your head a little bit, but
A
keep
lot.
going. Yeah, keep going.
We
Go
can't. I'm not gonna sugarcoat it. You're gonna bump your head a lot,
Yep,
keep
and
but
it's
that's
going.
all a
perfectly
part of the
okay.
journey. And that's right. You just get up, dust yourself off, keep going. You don't allow that
Keep
one bump
going.
to stop you. You keep going.
Right. Right. Bump your head all the way to that OnlyFans.
Mhm.
Girl, I'm not finna play with you. I'm not finna play with you.
You know she bad all the time.
I'm not gonna play with you. But I really hope that the advice that we gave you tonight is really something that you take heed of. Not the OnlyFans part, but everything else. We do hope that you take heed of. Focus on you. Get yourself together because you deserve it. You really do. You do.
Yeah.
And you are a priority. You are important. You're just as important as those girls are. But you have to recognize that. So, yes. You want some help? Call me, girl. Call me. Just look me up.
Yep.
Looking Within Life. I'll help you. I'm going to tell you, like I tell everybody I work with, you going to like me in the beginning, and it's going to be a lot of days you're not going to like me because I'm going to still push you and not care. I'm not your friend. I'm your coach. So, yeah. You don't like me, but it's gonna be days you're like, I hate her. Okay, hey, how you doing today? Yes. And I'm gonna come with all the energy. I'm gonna have you laughing, and I'm gonna have you crying, and I'm gonna have you wondering about your life. But at the end of it, it's gonna be so worth it because you're gonna be like, I'm free to be me, because you are
free to be you.
Absolutely.
Free to be you with your OnlyFans page, but you're free to be you. Yeah.
I can't.
If nothing else, I really hope that you understand from what we're sharing that you have done a tremendous job. You did not fail as a parent. You did a phenomenal job. Your daughters are who they are, and accept that. You made a reference to they didn't turn out how you expected them to. I think, as parents, we're all going to have that expectation, right? We want our kids to be this or that. And I try to check myself. I want my expectation for my son's life is that he's happy, he's whole, he's a man of integrity. But I don't necessarily throw professions at him. Oh, I want you to be this, or no, that's his choice to make, right?
And it wouldn't be fair. It wouldn't be
And
fair.
it wouldn't be fair.
And it's a lot of pressure because to this day, my godmother still tell my kids I was supposed to be a doctor. So see, that's the disappointments that you'd be like, dang, I'm trying to live my life applying the pressure of what everybody else wants of me.
And that's not fair to you. And to even continue that narrative now. Oh, no, Leanna, check her with that. No, lady, I was not supposed to be a doctor. I turned out to be exactly
what I'll set out to be.
Yes. And because you're not a doctor, what does that mean? And that's the part, that's that mind that screws with your mind, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You're not a doctor. And does that make you what? What does that mean? You know what I mean?
It makes me no less. So, I mean, and she's still proud of you. Don't get me wrong. She's still very proud of everything that I do. But she do tell my kids, I remember when your mama was going to be a doctor. I was going to be the first doctor of the family. And then, it didn't happen. But I'm still a very successful woman, and I still accomplished a lot in life. So they're still proud of that part. I just didn't do the doctor thing. Mm-hmm. So, yeah. But
lady, we are proud of you. We love you. We're glad you reached out to us. You can reach out to us again as many times as you want. Audience, please send your letters to us. We want to read more letters. If you want to know how to send a letter, I'm going to put that up for you right now. Go to our Gmail, email us, and let us know if you're having an issue or a problem. We would love to have that discussion on our show. And I'm just excited about our night tonight. We did really good tonight.
I think we did. We do good every time we get on here.
We do. And we'll see you ladies and gentlemen, if there are any, on March.
In March. Can you believe
March 3rd. Mm-hmm. March the 3rd. That'd be the date of my baby 18th birthday. So I'm gonna probably be a little emotional. Y'all gonna have to work with me.
Oh, so we should do. Oh, maybe you should.
Ooh. No.
We're gonna have a birthday party on the show.
Jenny, we should. Oh, we should.
Look, ooh, baby, you gonna have to work on the 3rd. I think he got to work on the 3rd.
Leanna, you about to have an 18-year-old. That's a whole situation. A grown-up. That's.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he tells me every day. 2 weeks from today, exactly, he will be 18.
Wow.
Or something like that. let's see, today is Thursday. So no, 2 weeks from tomorrow, he'll be 18. And
I'm not going to know what to do with myself when my son turns 13, let alone.
That's when she'll get a fan page.
Yeah. Right? Listen, I might. No,
oh, Lord.
18, you know. Right now, he thinks he's the boss of me. When he's 18, he won't be thinking about me because he'll be out in the world.
Right.
Yeah.
And that baby girl, every time she turned a year older, she's like, Mommy, how does it feel? You're finna have well, she'll be 14 this year. You're gonna have a 14-year-old. And I've already had 2 14-year-olds before, so this is nothing new. And then she doesn't like that.
Never had a
it is new because she's your 14-year-old daughter. So
that's what she said. See, y'all must be talking or something, because she said, well, you've never had a 14-year-old girl. Okay.
Exactly.
It's a whole new experience.
A girl alone is a whole experience all within itself. So it don't matter what age she is. She's her own experience by herself.
Trust me. My youngest is a girl too. So yeah, I had 2 boys and a baby girl. So I get it. It is very different.
Y'all are brave women. Y'all are so brave. So courageous.
Because we had multiple children.
We had 3. But I'm loving my life. Like I said, I'm no kids around. Kids are grown. I'm good.
I live my life too. My kids.
I got bags packed right now, waiting for me to walk out the door tomorrow. I'm good. I do have 2 puppies though. I have 2 puppies. I told my daughter she has to watch her sisters while I'm away.
That's why I won't get no animals, because when I'm ready to go, I'm ready to go, and I ain't got time to have no house sitters and pet sitters and none of that. I just gotta go. Yeah.
They go to puppy care. They go for a weekend or whatever. If I got something going on, they go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I got a shadow. He's
just a shadow for now. Don't worry. When he get a little older, he gonna be looking at you like, nah, Ma, I'm good.
Yeah, the love of my life, that Charlie is. But Lord, Michael, wear me out.
Yeah, they do. All right. Well, thank you all for watching and joining us and engaging with us and laughing and talking to us. We will catch you guys March the 3rd.
How did it get to 9:02?
Right.
March the 3rd.
We were just going.
We were just having, this is what we do. We have a good time. We have a good vibe. We just be talking and just forgetting about the timing. So yeah, we'll catch y'all.
Have to start asking our audience to let us know when the hours up.
When the hours up. Oops.
Okay. Well, you all have a wonderful evening. We'll see you March 3rd at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 7 p.m. Central Standard Time. We are Trinity Coaches. Have a wonderful evening.
Bye.
Good night.